No, I am here, guys. I seem to have covered myself. Hang on. Can't get it off. Let's change that. Let's change that. Put the wrong one on. There we go. There I am. Technical errors in the morning. Awesome. Can you tell I'm stressed? So today is a fun one. I am doing an Arsenal transfer window fantasy one. I'm just going to upset Arsenal fans. I know it is. But what I've done is I've given myself £130 million to spend, which I think is a reasonable amount, to be honest. And I am going to get a team of 29 players in total. That is the plan. And we're going to see from there. So we are going to start with the goalkeepers. Don't think there's much needs to be done there. I've chosen 3 goalkeepers. What I will do is, whilst I'm doing this, I will be writing this up to do a bit of a slideshow at the end. So it's all there in black and white. So goalkeeper wise, it's not really going to be much different. We've got obviously Aaron Ramsdale. Matt Turner's coming in the summer. So that means we can lose Leno, which I've actually forgot to add to the budget. Hello. Oh, Zatfik, hello. Actually, I was just about on Leno. I'm selling him. And I haven't put him in my budget. It was very silly of me. How much am I going to get for Leno? You reckon 15 million? You reckon 15 million? It says on Transfer Market 9. So do you reckon I should add 15? I'll let you answer that question because I haven't put him in there. What do you reckon? 15? Put him in for 15 million? That's what I reckon. So I'm going to put Leno down as 10 million. Okay. I'm going to go with yours. Satvic. I'm going to go with 12. I will tell you who I'm selling shortly. I don't want to upset anyone. I'm just sticking with goalkeepers right now. So we have got Aaron Ramsdale, Matt Turner, and for the third goalkeeper, I'm actually going to shock a few people. I'm going for Cole Hine. The reason I'm going for Cole Hine is he's been at Reading, and to be fair, he's done quite well. I know they're at the bottom of the league, but they have had a bit of a turnaround in form. So I'm actually going to go with Cole Hine. So my 3 goalkeepers right now are going to be Aaron Ramsdale, Matt Turner, and Cole Hine. So what we're going to go now, that's the easy bit, is we're going to go in to fullbacks. Now this one is going to cause some upset. I know. I already know it. I can feel it in the Arsenal fan base right now. Is I'm going to upset people here. But I have to do what I feel would be right for Arsenal Football Club. Not any way around. So, what we got? I am going to stick with Takahiro Tomiyasu. So I'm just going to write this down so I can type it all up as I go along. And I'm keeping Kieran Tierney. And that is it. I'm just keeping those 2. I am selling. Yeah, no, exactly. But what I've done here, Satvik, is I've done 29 players. I've done a squad, which I've always on about. If anyone sees me in any of the videos that I do, it's always a squad. This time I have chosen my 29 squad man team. A team that I think can last a season, can handle Europe, can handle the cup competitions perfectly fine. And I do believe that this is the right way to do it. So I'm keeping Takahiro Tomiyasu. I'm keeping Kieran Tierney. I'm selling Tavares. I just feel that he has to go. There is a reason why, and the reason why is I've bought, well, I'm going to buy a squad left back. Simple as that. Someone that he will push Tierney. Tierney will push him, this player. Cedric, you are spot on, Satvik. I've also sold him. I've actually only put 4 million. You reckon 5 to 8? I'm going to go. Yeah, well, I've got Tavares down for 10. So to be honest, I might leave Cedric at 4 because then that comes to 14, doesn't it, for the two players? So yeah, I'm going to leave that as it is. But yeah, I'm selling Tavares. I'm just not convinced with him. I'm sorry for anyone that might be upset with that, but I can't do it. It's not for me. He's just not for me. So what I'm definitely going to do is type Takahiro Tomiyasu, and then I'm also going to type in Kieran Tierney. Now, this is the fun part. This is where I've gone not too crazy. Ooh. How are you in my mind, Satvik? How are you in my mind? Hickey is one, but I've actually gone for a second one as well, which is Tyric Mitchell. We need him. In my opinion, we need him. I've gone for Tyric Mitchell. I just feel that is the guy. Hickey, I haven't looked to see how much he's going to cost yet, but I am going to put him in the to buy. Why is that not working? Oh, hang on. More technical difficulties. Love it. One thing, nothing comes up. There we go. There he is. I think Transfer Market says he's worth 13.5. 13.5 million pounds. 13.5 million. Do you think 20 million is going to get him? That's the thing. Is 20 million going to get him? It's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one, that one. Could we get him for 20 million? I think yes. I'm buying him. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm gonna allow the extra money to try and get him. But I think yeah. I'm gonna go with 20 million for Hickey. I think the Tyric Mitchell one, I'm gonna have to play around with that quite a lot, I think. I do think it's gonna be very tricky to get him. But he's just someone I like. Every time I see that kid, he's just so good. Right, it says 15.3. I'm going with 30. I am. I'm going with 30 million. It says 15 million. I think double it. I think we'll get him. Tyric Mitchell for 30 million. So I've spent 50 million already. 50 million. Dashing the dough out already, yeah. Dashing it out. Right, I'm going to put that on my presentation for later in the day. And Tyric Mitchell. Sorry to spell your name, mate. Sorry. Prices on there as well. Prices 20 million. And then I think that gives us a very good fullback selection. Yeah, see? Satvik agrees. I agree. Big up, Satvik. Fist bump, Satvik. Oh, today's going to be a long day. I can just tell. Right, we are on centre backs then. Yeah, yep. I've got it all down written. I'm hoping I'm okay. The reason I'm doing it like this, I'm doing it in a very weird way actually, is I'm leaving the strike. I've not chosen the striker yet, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you there. That's the only person, one striker. I've signed one, but the second striker I've not signed because I don't know how much money I'm going to be left with. I'll be perfectly honest. I want to see how much money I'm left with first to see how much I can pay with, and then we'll go from there. But the centre backs, I'm going to upset people again, and I do apologise. But this is my fantasy window. This is something that I've chosen, and I'm going with it. I'm William Saliba's coming back, keeping him. Ben White, keeping him. Gabriel, keeping him. Rob Holding, selling. I think this is the time that we'll get money on him. I think another season, I don't think we'll get any money. And there is a centre back out there that I think could do a job. He's only 22. He'd be a free signing. I don't know if there'll be like a little bit of. I don't think there's going to be any little nominal fees or something. There might be for 22-year-old, but he's not from England. And I'm also choosing one of the youth centre backs, Omar Rekic. I'm promoting him because I've got 5 centre backs in total. So I've got Ben White, Gabriel, William Saliba, Omar Rekic, and I'm free signing Dan Axel Zagadou from Dortmund. Yep. Holding, I've actually put him down to 10, only because I'm going with Arsenal history of selling. We're not great, so I've kind of, I think I've put Xhaka's a little bit higher. That's probably a bit too high, but we'll go there. I've already spoiler. I'm selling Xhaka, but yeah. This is for me. This is fun. I enjoy this. This is my type of window. I like this kind of stuff. This is, for me, this is fun. So I'm going to type in some more stuff so I can get all my team right for the end. So hopefully it should just come up at the end, hopefully. Right, so we are keeping. Where's he gone? Keeping Ben White. Okay, we're keeping Ben White. Keeping Ben White. We're keeping William Saliba. I will end up crying if he leaves, and I am not even kidding with that. Omar Rekic as a youth centre back, but we're also signing Dan Axel Zagadou in Dortmund. That is who I'm signing. That is my centre backs. My centre backs are probably mad, but I have faith in it. Because in total, I've actually signed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 free signings. I've gone really crazy with my choices here, I have to admit. But we'll go with that. Okay, so we're now going to go into the defensive midfielder, the pivot. pivot. Now, obviously, we all know that Thomas Partey is going to be in there. What I would say is I don't really know what we. I know what I would do with Lukonga, and I haven't put him in the team at all. Is I'd send him on loan, but the question for me at the moment is what is Lukonga's position? That's the bit that I find tricky with him at the moment. But this is where I actually sign. I'm just typing them as I speak to save myself a little bit of time. Is I'm signing 2 free signings in this position. I have been traipsing all over transfer market. Oh, I've gone very rogue. Oh, I've gone crazy rogue, Satvik. But you know what? There are some decent players out there, and I'm quite shocked that some of these have not been picked up. I'm really shocked. Some players you're not going to agree with, and that's fine. But this is my selection, and I'm doing it for a reason that I think that when we get to the striker position, there's going to be enough money to absolutely spend a fortune. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping I'm right. I'm pretty good with budgets, but I might have made a bit of a boo-boo. We'll see. I've already spent 50 million. I know how much we get incoming in, so yeah, we'll get there. We'll see. But these are my defensive midfielders. Thomas Partey, obviously. I've gone for Florian Grilic, free signing, and Boubacar Kamara, free signing. Both of them are out of contract. I don't know. I've not heard. I'm selling now, Nene. Actually, I've not even sold him. I've not sold him. Oh, Satvik, you've given me an issue now. I've not sold him. You've actually given me an issue. Satvik, you've given me an issue now because I don't know what to do. Because somehow it's just gone through my head. I don't know why. Oh, it's because we wouldn't be selling him, would we? He's out of contract. I think that's what it is. I think that's why I've not put El Neni in here because again with Nketiah and Lacazette, I've not put him in. I'm probably resigned to the fact that I think he's leaving. There hasn't been much talk of him sign. I know there's been little rumblings, but there's no like, here's the contract, you're going to sign it, blah blah blah. So I'm just not convinced he's staying. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with El Neni's going. I prefer it if he was staying, but I'm being honest with myself that I don't think Laka, Nketiah. I hope Nketiah is not staying. To be fair, he hasn't proved to me that he deserves to stay. But El Neni does, but I don't think El Neni. Yeah, Grilic is. I think Boubacar Kamara is very fantasy out there. You know, he's one of the best youngsters in La Liga, but there's not much talk about him going anywhere, and I find that very weird. But he is out of contract. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going with Grilic and Kamara. I'm signing them. So we're going to move into the midfield. As my spoiler has already said, I'm selling Xhaka. I've sold him for 18 million. I think that's pushing it a little bit. I don't think we'll get 18 million, but I've done it from transfer market, and that's what they say, 18 million. So that's what I'm doing. But what I am doing is another crazy one. I'm just doing a crazy one. I am promoting one of our youngsters, and most people will go, "Oh, it's got to be Patino." No, it's not. I'm promoting Amari Hutchinson. I think that kid deserves the promotion. I think Patino needs to go out on loan. I would suggest, from what I've seen of him, 2 seasons on loan. Not necessarily for the whole 2 seasons at one club, but definitely 1 season out somewhere, and then definitely Championship has got to be one of the seasons. He's got to go into Championship because that toughens you up quite a lot. But I have gone for a free signing here again, and I've gone for with Corentin Tolisso from I think it's Munich, isn't it? I think he might have been linked with people. I think he might be signing for someone else. I don't know. But I'm going with Tolisso on this. This is obviously just my options. These are not what I think that Arsenal should do. This is just what I would do if I was coach. I would do this. I just realised I'm going to be spending like next to no money. I mean, we might actually make a profit this year. But anyway, I'm going to put Martin Odegaard. Obviously, he's going nowhere. I know you spell his name properly. Odegaard. Yeah, they're saying that Amari Hutchinson's like an attacking midfielder, so I think I could get him. I could get away with him putting in the centre midfielder positions. Like he would be a different option in the centre midfield, so he could push on a little bit. That's what I'm going with. I'm going because I've actually got a young right winger. You see, I've chosen a different one. I've gone for quite a few crazy options, to be fair, and I've got, like I said, I've got a 29-man squad. But I'm now writing this, and I'm thinking, do I go with someone else as another signing? Because I've realised I'm hardly spending any money. I'm too good at saving money. I should definitely be an agent. Wow, how am I doing this? I'm actually saving a fortune. I'm thinking whether or not to not have. You know what? Scrap Tolisso. Scrap him. I'm not selling Tolisso. I'm not signing Tolisso. I'm going for a crazy option. I've just made an executive decision. Just made it. Yeah, I'd be rubbish, wouldn't I? But I've made an executive decision that I'm now going to buy 2 centre midfielders. I'm buying 2 instead of getting 1 free. So I'm not signing Tolisso. The only thing with Tolisso was his injury record's not great. And I think this centre midfield is actually quite exciting. I actually quite like it. Obviously, I quite like it because it's my fantasy window. But I actually think it's quite good. So I hate spelling people's names wrong. So I don't. There we go. It's because you say Odegaard, but yeah, right. So it is right. So brain. Right, so I'm putting Amari Hutchinson as the youngster because obviously we're playing Europe, so it would be handy to have youngsters and so I am signing. Dun, 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 dun. Drum roll. Can't do a drum roll. I'm just going dun, 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 dun. I am signing James Maddison. And I'm signing Yuri Tillemans. I'm signing them both. I'm being greedy. They're going to have to be forced to sell Tillemans. There's no way they're selling him for that. And I reckon we could get both of them for 80 million. 85 at the push. Maybe 90. So I'm just having a think here, people. Just having a think. I think 90 million to get them both. Hang on. I've lost my screen. Yeah, exactly. They're handicapped on Tillemans. They're going to have to sell him. Do you think we could get both of them for 90 million? Tillemans and Maddison? I reckon 30 million to get Tillemans. And I reckon 60 to get Maddison. Because what I've seen from Maddison this year, which has impressed me more, is that when people were comparing the two, Maddison and Odegaard, I don't know why we're comparing the two. See, you've got a good point. Who would you have out of Maddison and Tillemans? Who would you have, Satvik? Because I'm going to have to buy a centre midfielder now because I've scrapped Aliso, I do. Because his injury record was doing me head in, actually. There's definitely another centre midfielder I think we can get. And he's from Chelsea, which is going to be even harder. But who would you have out of Tillemans and Maddison? If I was going to buy this year, I'd go Maddison. If I was just doing like form from this year, I'd do Maddison. Because I do think you can play Maddison and Odegaard together. I don't think there's a problem with that. And that's what really bugs me, is that people compare the two. And I'm like, why? They're two separate players. You could quite easily put Maddison next to Odegaard. Quite easily. Very easily, actually. So I don't know who I'm going to go with now. Yeah. I'm going with Maddison. Yeah, I'm going with him. Okay. I'm going with Maddison. Thank you, Satvik. Right. So that gives me, I reckon, 60 million for James Maddison. I think that's a doable amount. I think that's doable. Well, I'm going to go now. This is off the cuff now, because obviously I had other plans. So I'm going to have to Google this one because I don't actually know how much he'd be actually worth. So I do apologise. There's my namesake come up. Right. Let's have a look. See how much is he going to be worth. Oh, is he not on? Right. Okay. So he's obviously with Palace, not with Chelsea. Okay. There we go. Coming up to the upsy. Right. Just going to be tricky. How much? Sorry, guys, I keep losing the screens. Right. So Conor Gallagher. Got to admit that he's been good signing. So I am going to go with Conor Gallagher. Now, this is where it's going to get tricky because I think if you gave them 40 million, yeah, I think if you gave them 40 million for Conor Gallagher, I think they'd bite your hand off, especially now. So I'm going with Conor Gallagher. 40. So I've now spent 150. I already know how much the budget will be, which is I still have 60 million left. I'm quite happy. You know what? I've been more impressed with the engine on Gallagher than I have been for Phillips. Phillips is, yeah. Okay, what I would say, okay, if you were going to do Phillips, I'd swap that with Maddison. I think Conor Gallagher is got to be someone that we at least look into signing. At least look into it. Not saying we should get him for definite. But with the Chelsea situation, it's not looking better. It's looking pretty bad at the moment. I would suggest that we go out and get Conor Gallagher for the engine. His engine is just mind blowing. It's crazy. I think they're going to have to sell. I really do think they're not going to sell cheap, but they know they're going to have to sell. That's why I think we could get him. I honestly do think 40 million for a kid that's only played one season in Premier League. I think they'll have to sell. I think they'll sell Brozier for 30 million now. I think he could have gone a lot higher. I think the Chelsea situation is going to change quite a lot, and I think they're going to have to sell some stuff. I think they're going to have to sell some of the products, some of the kids. I'm just trying to work. See, you make such a great point for that because I'm trying to work out how would that conversation go with Chelsea. I'm trying to think when the last time us and them actually made a business deal, like an actual business deal. We've had players go to Chelsea. And we've had players come to Arsenal, but financially, not doable, is it? That was a swings and roundabouts one, though, wasn't it? That was left us. Don't think he went to Arsenal. Don't think he went to Chelsea first, did he? Didn't he go to Barcelona first? Hang on, you got me. Oh, I don't know now. I'm gonna have to look that up now. I thought he went to. I thought he went to Barcelona first. Let's have a look. See. Yeah, because he left us to go to Barcelona, and then he went to Chelsea. So that wasn't us doing a deal with him, was it? Yeah. See, you just give me the creeps with that one, Louise and William. Oh, jeez. Oh, I don't know. If I spend any more, I'm not going to get a decent striker. I know what's coming, you see, because I know who else I'm signing. Right. I've made an executive decision. Again. Okay. Right. 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 Okay. This is what I'm doing. I've swapped some stuff around. Right. Ignore the Maddison. Ignore Conor Gallagher. I'm getting Calvin Phillips. Satvik, you affect me, mate. Honestly, you put some stuff in my head, and I'm like, oh, he's got such a good point. Like I said, this was none of this. I didn't want to pre-plan this. I wanted to like just let it happen because it's much more fun this way. He's only got 2 years left on his contract, Calvin Phillips as well. Ooh, Calvin Phillips only 2. Right. I reckon we could easily get him for 60. And I am going to get Corentin Tolisso then. I'm going to get him. Stick with it. Right, so that gives us a midfield of Martin Odegaard, Emil Smith-Rowe, because I'm moving him into the left, into the centre now. I think we just need to kind of, especially if we're buying Calvin Phillips, then that works beautifully for me. We've got, oh, I'm putting ends on people's names. Yeah, that's actually quite a beautiful midfield now. We've got 2 more defensive, well, they're not defensive midfielders, but the more defensive minded midfielders in there. We've got 3 more attacking, creative midfielders in there. I like that. I like that a lot. Right. So we have now spent £110 million because I have typed them in. That means they are now signed. It's official. They've joined the club. Right. Wingers. Going to go with right wing first. Not a major shock here, but I'm selling Pepe. Don't think that's going to be a. Yeah, to be honest, Safik, I think 2 weeks ago I was quite convinced that Everton were going down, but the more it's played on, I haven't got a clue who's going down. I haven't got a clue. It's a fascinating top 4. It's a fascinating championship, like who will be champions, and it's a fascinating relegation. I've not seen this for so many years, and I love it. But I'm going to go with 60 million for him. I think that's a fair amount. And as I like to spell people's names right, I'm always confused because my stupid autistic brain says, oh, that's how you say it, so that's how it's spelled. But it's not. So I'm just going to type in Saka's name. Right. And then for the youngster, I am going with Kiddo Taylor Hart as the youth. And I'm going to shock some people. I am. I have to. I just have to shock you guys. I'm going from Dembele from Barcelona on a free. I'm going for it. You know what? Even if he's injured for half of the season, he's an option. He'll be an option when we need him because I'm buying another player that can play on both wings, and that's what Dembele can do. He can play on both wings. So we're going to have a very fluid right and left wing, and I quite like that. I keep losing the screen. I do apologise, Safik. I keep losing the screen. I've got so many tabs open. It's mad. Right. So yes, I have now got Bukayo Saka, Usman Dembele, free signing, Kiddo Taylor Hart on the right. Left wing. I'm not going to shock too many people here. Is Gabriele Martinelli. Martinelli. Why does it always sound so Italian? Gabriele Martinelli is in. Also type in the Other one there. Is Marcelo Flores is the left winger that I'm going for the youth. That kid's been impressive. I quite like him. Yeah. The reason that okay, Satvik, stay with me. Stay with me on this one. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm signing another winger as well. I'm going to sign Gakpo. I think if we sign two of them, it allows Smith Rowe to come into the middle a bit more. But obviously, he's an option for the left as well. We're going to have such a fluid front line, especially with who I've picked for the two strikers that I've already know that I've got. I already know I've got two strikers. I just need to find Gakpo's value, but I think that's about 50, 30, I think. Just have a look. Cody Gakpo. I think maybe 30 million, isn't he? Cody Gakpo. I know this is probably mental, but I honestly do think it's going to be quite a good team. And what I've managed to do is I've managed to get a squad, which I've said all along. I've always said I just want a squad, and I've managed to do it on quite a good amount of money. And you know what? I've now got £70 million to buy on a striker. That's how I've managed to do it. I've managed to get £70 million for a striker. Who are we having? Who are we having for 70 million? Because I'm open to options on this one. I don't want Jonathan David as the option. I should be telling you who I'm signing on a free. And it's quite a shock. And I'm going to type his name as I say his name because I'm going to say it wrong. I know it is. Ben Brereton Diaz. You're like, you mean he's free? You look it up. He is a free signing. I don't know how that's happened. And that's not how you spell his name, surely. Is that how you spell his name? Brereton. Brereton. His name. And nope. Okay. Sorry, guys. Just making sure I'm getting this right. What we're typing is. Oh no, it's how you spell his name. Okay. Ben Brereton Diaz and the youngster that I'm putting up front. I'm going to have to explain it because I'm sending Balogun out on loan for another year. He's done. I've watched a lot of him this year, and he's done well. But I think he still needs another year. He needs to hone his skills a little bit for me. I just don't think he's quite there right now. He's the backup striker, though. He's the backup. He's the other option. I actually quite like it because he is very good. He plays for Chile. You know, Chile is a South American team. They're not that. I honestly do think a lot of people turn their noses up at him. I actually quite like him. I think he's quite good. I'd have him as a second option, definitely. And he's free, which gives you the £70 million. Yeah, exactly. I've got £70 million to spend, Sackvick. Now I can either give you some money so you can fly to the UK, or who should we buy? Who should we buy for £70 million? I don't know. I like Martinez from Inter Milan because I've seen him come back. I've seen him work back. I love, and I mean love, Nunez from Benfica. Love him. I don't think 70 million is going to get him. I wish he would, because then that would be done. But I don't think 70 million is going to get Darwin Nunez. Guaranteed transfer market, you're going to probably say you could, but I just don't think 70 million is going to get him. Do you think I'd have him, but do you think 70 million is going to get him? because that's what I've got left out of the budget. I've got £70 million, and I have to stick to the budget because it all works out nicely. Because I think 130 million is what they'll give him, Arteta, to spend. And I think if he makes some money, that gives him the extra money to play with. Then we're done. We're done then, Zapvik. We're done. If you think that, I hope it is. I hope it's true. I hope I hope it's true. So I'm just going to type that in. Yeah, I think that's me done. I'm going to type in the budget. Player sales of 81 million. Total budget of £211 million. I think that's right. Paxton, don't ruin my fun. Don't ruin my fun, Paxton. That's not allowed. You're not allowed to ruin my fun. You know what, Paxton? I'm actually going to do one for. I'm going to do one for every team. Once I know who's promoted, I'm going to do one of these for every team, just for the fun of it. Yeah. exactly, Saturday. This is my fantasy. Nobody else's. This is just mine. Right. Okay. How do we do this then? We are going to do that. What we're going to do, let's go back. Let's transition quickly. Transition. No, I don't want to do that. What am I doing? Right. Let's have a look. See if I can do this now. Let's see if I can do this. Share a video file. Documents. Don't know if I've done this right. Probably not. It's a bit too quick, I think. Yeah. Okay. Right, just give me a second, guys. I'm just going to try and work out how to get this from there to there quite easily. Right. Transition. Just setting up the slides for the new team, which is 29 squad team. I'm quite happy with it. Let's just create that in video. Yep, video done. Let that do what it needs to do. So I can't see the screen right now, so you just have to bear with me 2 seconds, guys. I will be back very shortly. Just turn it into a video file very quickly. Whilst I talk to you, I can't go to 6. I know if I come off it, it'll play havoc with me. Saving right now. Come on, save. Don't need to do that, thank you. That's fine. Put it in a video. Yep, that'll do. Right, that should come up now. Save, yes, please. It's going to be really, because I realise for the Man United one, it's going to be quite tricky because you've got a new manager. So it's going to be a bit harder for me to do. But you know what? Because obviously you guys now know why I do this stuff. It's to keep my mind active, and that's why I do a lot of volunteering for organisations all over the country. Yeah, it's going to be quite tricky because I don't know how he wants to play. So I'm going to have to kind of play it by ear. Right, so if I get the video file now, that should come up. There we go. How about that? So there we go. I think, is it playing now? It should just be playing. So there we go. We've got transfer window. So we've got goalkeepers: Aaron Ramsdale, Matt Turner, Cole Hine as the youth. Now we're going to go into the fullbacks: Takahiro Tomiyasu, Aaron Hickey, 20 million signing from Bologna, Kieran Tierney, and Tyric Mitchell for 30 million from Crystal Palace. And if Rich watches this, I do apologise. Hello, Sasha. You all right, mate? Ben White, William Saliba, Gabriel, Omar Rekik. Sorry, that's funny. Yeah. Oh, crikey, that's funny. But I think that this, I'm sorry, it's just going through it. I've quickly made a video of it. I don't know if I can control the slides. I haven't made them into slides. I've just done a quick video. To anybody that watches this, I might actually just play it again, to be fair, because you can see me and you can see the window. So I'm just going to play it again. But I think that is quite a good squad, and I know there's going to a lot of people are going to be upset because I'm letting the players that are meant to be leaving just go. There has to be a point where you just cut off ties and you go snip, 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 and that's what I've done. I've gone snip, snip, snip. Take care. See you later. Thanks for the good times. Selling Holding. I'm selling Xhaka. I'm selling Pepe. I'm selling Tavares. I'm just not convinced by him enough. Whoa, B minus. B minus, Paxton. Not much experience. Oh, I think I've risked it a little bit with the centre backs, but I think this is the time that we're ever going to get any money for Holding. Is now. We need to start bringing in money from signings and sellings and stuff like that. We just need to. The reason I've gone for so many youth players is because we have got a small squad now, and I know we need 29 players. Can I quickly walk through it again? Of course I can. Right, so basically, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to say give me 2 secs, Sash. I think I might have to answer the door in a minute as well. There we go. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I've literally got to answer the door.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Sorry, the parcel people do not know I'm on a stream, so I just have to. Balogun's going. Balogun's going back out on loan. That's what I'm doing with Balogun. Lakonga, put him out on loan. Hello, social. So yeah, this is. I don't know if I can. I pause? Oh, I can. Why am I saying I can't pause it? Of course I can pause it. I'm the one that controls the video. So the budget is 130. The reason I've done 130, I think we're not going to have as much money as we were given last summer, but I think it will be a little bit more because I think we're making Europe no matter what, and there's the possibility of Champions League. So I've done 130 million for me personally. I think that's enough. Player sales, as I said, Holding, Xhaka, Pepe, Tavares, Cedric, Leno, all leaving. So that brings in 81 million. Gives us a total budget of 211 million. So we're going to go into the goalkeepers. I will pause it this time because I realise I can. Right. So the goalkeepers is Aaron Ramsdale, Matt Turner, who's already signed already, and I'm promoting Cole Hine only because he's had experience at Reading, and the last goalkeeper that we had experience at Reading was Martinez. I'm going to give him a go. I think he's probably might be the better one out of the two. Really? See, I don't know. This is the thing, because Sasha, I don't think you watch Harry's show, do you? Chronicles of a Gooner. He said 110. I know the plans are there, and because I don't know, I'm going to guess, and I hope that we spend 130 million, because if we can get 130 million as a budget and then sell any, yeah, I think Josh might buckle. Anyway, fullbacks. Net spend. I'll get back to you on that one. I can find out. Give me 2 seconds. I will find out. Doesn't take too long to find out, to be fair. Saying that, it's now taking me forever. Right. We spent... We spent nearly for 140 million. Yeah. Well, what I would say, Paxton, is we've got two quite good youngsters in our backline, and because they don't need like registering or stuff like that, do they? So we have got Joel Lopez, who's a very good left back. So I'm okay with him as a possible. So anyway, I've gone to Takahiro Tomiyasu, Aaron Hickey from Bologna, Kieran Tierney, and Tyric Mitchell from Crystal Palace. I think 30 million might be pushing it as quite cheap to try and get him, but I'd give it a go. So that's the fullbacks. The centre backs, I'm going to upset people, but this is my fantasy transfer window. So when it does decide to move, there we go. So we got Ben White, William Saliba. I'm going to do everything to keep him at Arsenal Football Club. Gabriel, I'm promoting Omar Rekik as a youngster to give him a game or two. We need to do something with him. Dan Axel Zagadou. I haven't heard he's meant to be signing for anybody, but he is out of contract at Dortmund. So I'm going with him. That's my centre backs. And then we're going to go with the defensive midfielders. When it decides to move to the next screen, there we go. So obviously Thomas Partey, Florian Grilic, and Boubacar Kamara. I know that one's a fantasy one, but if we had those three as options for pivots, we could play two of them, could play just one of them. Yeah, exactly, Pax. I actually do like Zagadou. No, this is you know, the reason I would keep holding, but we need to start bringing money in, and holding's going to have to go at some point, and I think this is the time to sell him is now. I think Gabriel has got enough experience at Arsenal now to suggest that he could be the mature one at the back. So I'd allow him to be at the back. So yeah, Partey, Grilic, and Kamara as the pivot options. He does have the Arsenal DNA. I think it's just a case of, like I said, it's we need to start getting money for people. We need to start making money. We can't just keep spending and spending and spending all the time. We need to invest. And to invest, some of these free signings, Zagadou is literally 22. That kid is going to be, it's going to be a hit or miss, but we're going to make it. Zagadou. Actually, you're not helping me concentrate. Midfielders. Martin Odegaard, Emil Smith Rowe. I'm moving him from the left, but we can still play on the left if we need him. He's an option. Amari Hutchinson as the youth. Calvin Phillips. I'm going to wait for this. I'm going with. Satvik went for 40 million. I'm going with that Leeds stay up and Leeds are going to demand a high price. Exactly, Sash. That's what it was. It was me and because at the time it was just me and Zatvik talking when I was doing that. And for me, this is quite a good Arsenal team. I actually quite. Well, Sasha definitely knows, and Zatvik probably definitely knows because they've seen me on Tom's channel. But I'm not a huge Mikel Arteta fan, but that's fine. He's our manager, and that's fine. I support Arsenal, but this team that I've chosen here, that's within budget, excites me. It's actually quite exciting. I actually do think. Hello, Ed. Well, how much? See, this is the thing. It is too much, but then I wouldn't pay half the prices I would for most players. I've got to be honest. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's my problem. Is all of that is it's. I don't agree with prices. I don't agree with any of it. Well, if it's 40 million, then I'm saving myself some money because I'm within budget with the players I've chosen already. I'm within budget, so I'm well chuffed. I'm going to get 20 million in cash change, ka-ching. But anyway, they're my midfielders. The wingers are coming up now. Stupid video. I wish I hadn't done the video now. Never mind. Right. Are those? Have I paused it? I've paused it. Good. Awesome. No, it doesn't, Ed. And that's the thing. I remember the times where you spend like, I think, how much was Dennis now? Dennis Bergkamp, I'm pretty sure it was less than 10 million quid. I really do think it was less than 10 million quid. And that was a lot back then. You just don't think, you think what you can buy for 100 million in the real world, but in football world is a player. And I'm like, seriously? And honestly, after watching Grealish last night, if you're saying that Grealish is 100 million pounds, I'm sorry, but how much are we going to ask for Martinelli? Yeah. Dennis. Yeah, I think he was. Dennis was about 7.5. I think. I know he wasn't any more than 10. I think it was like 7.5, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I'm going to go into the wingers. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. So I've got Saka, Dembele. Was it 10.15? Yeah, well, I'll have to look at it. Yeah, that I've seen that, and yeah, I don't think there's been many, is there? And that's the thing. Is it the price tag? Could be, but these are my wingers. So I've got the right is Saka, Dembele, Usman Dembele. Free signing. Kiddo Taylor Hart as the youth promotion. Gabriel Martinelli, Gakpo, and Flores. Yeah. Oh, crikey, did Neymar? Yeah. Yeah. He yeah. For me, Ed, he's yeah. what Paris Saint-Germain, they have literally ruined the market for me. Yeah, it's quite sad, and I think sometimes it's the bit that makes me not like football so much, because you got people struggling in the real world for money, and you see, looking in the newspapers, and there's a team spending £60 million on a player. Yeah, exactly. See what I mean, Pax? It's worth the risk for me, is because I'm going to have Smith Rowe. Even if Dembele only plays 10 games in the season, one, we signed him for free. Two, he can play left and right, not just on one wing. Same as Gakpo. Gakpo can do fluid on the front line. I just think it's a very exciting front line. Really? What time is it tomorrow, Ed? Because YouTube's being really weird at the moment, like super weird. So nothing's really coming up properly. You're gonna have to let me know. So yeah, I'm gonna go into the striking now. I'm sorry, I've got weird messages coming through. It's a very weird day for me today. Got some weird stuff coming up. But these are my strikers. Yeah, it's Friday, isn't it? Yeah, that's cool. 7:30 is cool with me. I like to be live. I don't like to be like catchy uppy. Don't do catchy uppies. These are my strikers. Darwin Núñez for 70 million. Me and Satvik did have a chat about this. We do think that this is something that could happen for 70. I'm not 100% sure we'll get him for 70 million. I think it might be a bit more, but there's option. But I'm going as a backup option and as a different option, because of the money that I've spent in other areas, which the right back and the left back for me is now becoming important positions to back up and do some squad players there, is Ben Brereton Diaz. He's a free transfer. I think there might become some kind of like nominal fee that you might have to do. Exactly. That's me. I know it's crazy, but I just think I've seen him enough to go, that guy's good. See, I couldn't do Dybala. I just couldn't do it. It's just not for me. Well, according to Transfer Market, this is. I'll type it in just to double check. Oh, don't do that. Oh no, now it's closed all the windows down. Oh, jeez, just double check. This is what it says about him on here. Let's see. Why are you not coming up? Why is your name not coming up? There we go. Okay. His market value is 9 million. It says here his contract expires the end of June. They have got an option for a further year. I don't know if that has to be. I tell you, because I live so close to the Molyneux, Ed, I'd be interested in coming around to clean my windows. That's what I'd be interested in to do. Come around and clean my windows. No. You know what? Before that horrid injury, and I hate the fact that I watched that game, not only for the result, but for that injury. Jeez. I don't know if how many of you actually watched it and heard it. Yeah. Yeah. It's just horrid. And also Mika Birev as the youth backup, as I've explained regarding Balogun, is I've seen enough of Balogun now this year to say that he has to go out on loan. Mika Birev is he plays in our under 23s. We signed him from Fulham. Yeah, I remember watching it. My partner doesn't watch many games with me, but she did actually watch that one, and that was the end of her ever watching football with me ever again. She's not watched a game. I love Birev. Birev is very good. We signed him from Fulham. He's quite a tall guy, quite a tall guy, quite well built as well now. And I actually rate him better than Balogun. I do like Balogun, but Birev for me is. I think if you look, Sasha, at the options that we've got with Martinelli, Gakpo as well. Nunez is a very strong guy. Diaz is quite good. Yeah, I'm assuming that the reason I'm doing this is the reason I've done it like that is I'm assuming that Nketiah's going, I'm assuming Laka's going, and I'm assuming that El Nene's going. I'm just assuming that we're just going to lose. You might be right with experience, Pax. You might be right. You might be right, but time will tell. Unfortunately, well, before I do go, I just want to put this up. I've gone over 100 subscribers. I don't know where from. I appreciate to every single person that's subscribed to me. I really do appreciate it. As you know, I don't really ask for it. I just do my thing and people like it. I don't think we're gonna get him. I'd like it. I'd like it if we did. I just don't think we're gonna get him. I think his past recent weeks, I think they're gonna re-sign him. Or at least yeah, see Ed's on it. And Ed, you know, I've seen Wolves when they were dangerous before with Jimenez was injured. Wolves know how to attack. Oh, guess what, Ed? You're getting Traore back. Barcelona on buying. But yeah, so before I go, thank you ever so much for everybody. Thanks for watching. Sorry, I'll just ramble. Do apologise. That's just me. But I shall speak to you later because I am doing a matches tonight. I'm not specifically doing one game. I'm just score updates. Really, I'm going to watch whatever game is interesting. But I shall speak to everyone later. Thank you very much for tuning in. Take care. Bye bye.